are live. All right, I'm gonna wait for a couple people to hop in here. Just want to make sure this stream. Absolutely. All right. I am student meteorologist Malik Bryant here with the WeatherDawgs. Here, gonna hop on and talk severe weather that we have currently going on in North Georgia. Let me minimize this. Get myself out of the way here. As we have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, a lot of them moving through North Georgia, coming through the northern Atlanta metro area now. Some of these storms have been dropping a lot of hail with them, so we wanted to go ahead and hop on as we have these storms rolling through North Georgia now. So I'm gonna start going from west to east here across the state. And if you have any questions, go ahead and pop them, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and pop them in, and I'll try and go ahead and answer. Also, if anything happens with the stream, just let me know, and I'll go ahead and try to fix that here and go ahead. But first of all, we want to talk about this severe thunderstorm warning here that's now entering the state, going into Cedartown. Most of these severe thunderstorm warnings are going to be for hail. And that is, most of them have been, we've been seeing a lot of hail up to an inch. This particular storm right here over Ackworth, moving into Woodstock, has been producing a lot of hail. We've seen hail reports of up to 2 inches on this particular storm. And I can scroll back here on it, and you see that drop out here with the black. That's that large hail here that we've been seeing drop, especially as it moves now into Woodstock. And that's what that severe thunderstorm warning is for, especially with that damage threat considerable. And you can see that there, golf ball size hail, and winds less than 50 miles an hour, but mainly for that golf ball size hail. Speaking of the Masters, going in and throughout North Metro Atlanta. Let me pull the stream up here so I can get to y'all's questions. But yeah, moving across the state here, going south of Gainesville. This one has now moved by Gainesville and south of it. Again, this one is for $half sized hail and winds up to 60 miles an hour. That one's moving off and over towards Commerce. Now, this is all north of the Athens area, moving into Commerce. So the Athens, none of these are for you, particularly Athens, but these are all for, this is all for hail. We've got an extremely cold upper part of the atmosphere here, so it doesn't take much for these storms to dip into that cold air and take a piece of that and be able to bring some of that cold air down and tap into it, and that's how we get this hail going here. Just 1 second, I gotta make sure I can see y'all's questions if they pop up, and make sure that but first and foremost, if you can hear me, just say you can hear me. Make sure these mics are working, and sometimes they're really funny. Want to make sure that everyone who is here can hear me. All right, awesome. All right. Anyways, we'll move over to this Commerce storm here. This one is east of Commerce, moving towards the east, and moving towards north of Danielsville. This one's then going into Madison County and areas like that, and that one's moving off towards Bowman and Franklin Springs specifically. But I wanted to go back and touch particularly on this storm in Woodstock that we had seen with that hail that had been dropping towards Ackworth and south of Cartersville. And the way these storms are moving, they are going to continue to drop large hail. That's the main threat and concern for today. We still can't rule out maybe a spin up tornado. It's not zero, but that's not our main concern for today. Our main concern for today is mainly going for that hail threat here. But if you guys have seen anything, or if you're in the North Atlanta area, maybe you're out towards Cedartown, if you've seen something, let us know. Let us go ahead and let us know so we can verify some of the stuff that we're seeing here as these severe thunderstorms try to trek across from west to east. across Georgia here. Let me see if I can get you a. Let's try to get you a forecast map here. Maybe not. All right, yeah, here we go. Yeah, let me get your forecast map here. Yeah. All right, so here's Thursday, 8 p.m. This is right now. Obviously, this is a little bit off. This particular model is a little bit off, but per se, we're going to go with timing. It's a little bit behind. So you can see that here. It has the storms here, and they're a little bit further south than that. So we're going to extrapolate that over time. All right, and we're going to continue with that forward. So here's 9. Remember, this is going to be a little bit far south. It's a little bit behind here. So we're going to extrapolate this over time by saying what we see here, up here towards LJ and Hiwassee and Calhoun, is further south, like Dallas, Athens, and Atlanta by the time we get towards 9 o'clock. And even towards 10 o'clock and 10:30, we start to see it converge into a line here, which we're starting to see that now. We're starting to see that, if I can pop over back into the radar here. Let me pop over back to the radar. We're starting to see this line starting to form here. And eventually we'll start to see that fill in and with different bowing sections, and that's when our wind threat is going to start to come into play. But right now it's just a hail threat. Most of these are trying to by themselves, racing from west to east. See, hail went through Dawsonville. I see that, Robin. Thanks. Tara, we lost power. The winds and rain and hail are awful. In West Jackson County, are we okay? West Jackson County, let's see here. You've got, depends on where you are in West Jackson County, because you've got a severe thunderstorm warning there off to the north of Jefferson. But depending on where you are in West Jackson County, you've got them moving from west to east. I would say go ahead and just don't go outside and stay away from windows here, because you've got another storm coming towards you there in Jackson County, but also behind it, towards the Atlanta area, as you can see here, in the way these storms are moving. Now this one's got a southern jog to it too, so in West Jackson County. So if you're in Jackson County, go ahead and be prepared for this. I'll be prepared for some lightning and some hail here over the next couple of minutes, if you haven't had that already. Yeah, but this storm in Woodstock here has been the main hail producer that we've had here, and it's starting to look mean again, right over Woodstock, right over northern Woodstock. It's starting to look mean again there with all the purples and that black. That right there is the hail. That right there is the hail, the large hail that we're looking for there. Yeah, and they had multiple reports of $half size in Southwest Cherokee there, and that's on this same storm that has that considerable tag on it. It's not just a regular severe thunderstorm warning. That one's considerable because of how much hail and how high the hail is dropping. We'll see how fast this is moving at. See if I can get a reading on it here. 30 emergency management. Yeah, east at 45. All right. All right, so let's try to draw this track out for you here. Moving east at 45 miles an hour. All right, so you see here Greenway. All right, so we got Greenway at 811, Roswell 814. It's basically, Roswell is going to be a little bit north of you. That hail section in particular, a little bit north of you. Actually, hold on. I'll redo this. Let me redo this here. I'll do it straight from the hail core, and straight east at 45. Draw it all the way out to the edge of the warning. All right, so we got Crabapple at 819, Arnold Mill at 815, and Milton 821. Milton at 821. Milton, you got 10 minutes before you could see some hail starting starting to come down here. You got 10 minutes. Alpharetta, you got 15 minutes before you can start to see some hail coming down here. Alpharetta, the hail may stay to the north of you. You may get some strong winds, some heavy rains with this storm, but we will see as this storm continues to cycle. It's putting down some large hail here, so take this warning seriously. Don't go outside and get bonked in the head by this hail here. We don't want any injuries. We want you to stay inside, stay away from windows, and take this severe thunderstorm warning seriously here. That's towards Brookwood at 8:31, Big Creek 8:31, Shake Rag at 8:35, and Sewanee at 8:40, Sugar Hill at 8:40 p.m. as well. We just got I think we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Clark County here. Again, that was that storm I was talking about earlier that's moving south. It started moving in that south-eastwardly direction, and it's getting towards the Athens area. I actually got a phone call from UGA on my phone, and they're talking about it. But it's moving to the southeasterly direction towards Athens, and this is for, I'll read the warning to you here. Pull this up. So this is a new warning for, let's see. We got Jackson, Madison, Clark, Barrow, and Oconee counties within this severe thunderstorm warning. And it is for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail, moving southeast at 35. So I'll go ahead and time that out for you here. Excuse me, Mason. Go ahead and get that timed out for you as this starts moving south and east at 35. All right, let me see. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and make this yeah. So south and east, 35 miles an hour. Got Arcade, 817. Redstone, 820. Clarksboro, Attica, Westgate, all within the next 20 minutes. You got 15 to 20 minutes in those places. Athens at 8:39. 20 minutes. 25 minutes for Athens here. When we can see some hail. And if you see if you see hail and you're inside, stay inside. Please stay inside. If you do see hail, just let us know in the comments, and we'll try to get those reports to you. So they're just talking about that sale that I was talking about in the North Atlanta Metro there. It's really starting to bow here. Really starting to get some hail right there in Jackson County, moving towards Arcade. New sale over for South County, just so strong. Like producing 1-inch hail. So a lot of these are starting to produce a lot of hail, and they're starting to move south now too. And one of the things with this line here as it starts to move south is we'll start to get into our wind threat here as well, with it producing those strong winds and that hail as well. Hail is still the main threat. We still have the main threat of hail here as we go throughout the evening, especially here in Athens. If you're up near Royston, I still got this on. But if you're up near Royston and yes, the main threat there is for hail and looking here. Oh, my distance. Turn this off. But yeah, so we've got this line of storms. You're going to want to see the hail here. Let me go ahead and draw on the screen for you. I'll zoom in and draw on the screen for you. But right here, that's where the biggest hail is going to be as it heads down into Athens. And I'll go ahead and draw forward for you. Yeah, Bogart at 8:33, Camelot at 8:37. Eastville 8:41. Athens 8:46. And even then, take that time and subtract 10 minutes from it, because I think it's going to be there a little bit quicker than 8:46 here in Athens. I think it's going to start speeding up than what the time shows, what they issued for that severe thunderstorm warning. I think it will speed up here. Just trying to check the chat.
I think it'll be around like 20, 25 is when it's going to hit. It's already about to hit downtown, hit Athens.
Again, if you've got any questions or comments, just let us know in the comments here, and we'll try to get to those when we can. But yeah, this is the one that's going towards Athens. I'll zoom out here and try to show you the rest of the state as well. This storm in particular has kept chugging along here, still producing some pretty big hail here in the North Atlanta metro. If you know people in Milton and Alpharetta, let them know they're about to get hailed on. Places like neighborhoods like Hardman Place, Willow Tree, in Creek Hollow South, Sweet Apple Crossing, and Knox Landing. The Atlanta National Golf Club, it's probably going to be hailing there really, really soon. A lot of this severe thunderstorm warnings, it's not like a regular severe thunderstorm warning where we're mainly talking about these wind gusts here. We're talking about hail. We're talking about stuff that can do some damage to your car, that can dent your car, dent the hood of your car. So we want to take this seriously, especially as these storms begin to move through Athens. It'll be about another 15 minutes before we get some hail here, 15 to 20 minutes. Royston on the east side of the state here, I want to talk about this particular cell is going to be moving in and into Bowman here shortly.
It's coming, yeah.
And then going into Milton here in a sec as well. So you can see the storm motion. The storm motion is mainly east. The eastern side of this line is starting to bow out here, and you can see that. We had this single cellular mode, but now it's all starting to form into a line here and starting to sag south. And it's going to be moving to the Atlanta metro area here really, really soon. I want to go talk about this cell over here near Cedartown. Let's see if it's starting to bow out here. Velocity here. Okay, not too much wind associated with that storm just yet. Want to make sure we're keeping everything linear here. I'm just checking for any rotation in this radar, in this particular radar mode here. This radar mode allows me to look for rotation. I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing much right now. Most everything staying linear. And today's threat really isn't for tornadoes. We're mainly looking for hail, but I just want to make sure we got all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed here as we go into the afternoon here. This particular storm near Cedartown, it's got some pretty nasty hail core in it right here. If you're living in and around Cedartown, that hail associated with it is about to be on top of you if it already isn't. Might slip just south of you in Cedartown. Yeah, but we're starting to see these storms jog a little bit more south, than east as they have been in the afternoon. Yeah, and so similar to what I'm saying, these storms are starting to line up, so we may start to see more of a wind threat associated with this hail threat as we head into the night and into the evening hours here in just a couple of minutes. I want to come back to this particular storm. This one in Arcade, and anywhere you see all these light pink and light purple start flashing at you, and especially in these black areas like you can see here, around the Chattahoochee River National Recreation Area, around Buford Highway, Windemore Golf Club, near Gilbert Road, and we're talking about, this is a densely populated area. We're talking about north and west here of Sugar Hill along Georgia Highway 20 near Northside Hospital in Forsyth. We're talking about some pretty big hail here going up here in Forsyth County, just south of Cumming.
Yeah, just past Arcade.
And again, it's probably been hailing here for a minute. Milton, you're about to get in on it here really soon. Yeah, Milton, you should be getting in on it really soon here. 5 Acres Estates, Strickland Road, about to cross U.S. Highway 19, Christopher's Run, Bethany Road, Andover North, and really into the area of Crabapple, just north of Wellstar North Fulton Hospital. But it's going to be there really, really soon if it isn't already. Already seeing dime-sized hail being reported there near Highway 400 and Peachtree Parkway.
Looks like the hail threat before Athens is starting the weekend.
Yeah, getting some hail there in Isla. I see that.
Hopefully it'll dissipate in time, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Want to zoom back out here and show everyone what we're dealing with. See here. Southeast at 45. And Watkinsville at 839. Green Acres 838. Athens 835. Athens, you've got about 10 to 15 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes here in Athens before we could see some hail here. Let's see, I'm going to switch radars here for a sec. Going to try to see these storms over here towards the east as I switch radars. Yeah, this particular storm out here near Isla. I see what you mean. You had some hail there in near Isla. Let me check some rotation here. Yeah, not really seeing much. Maybe some broad rotation there, but
Check Swanee.
nothing to really write home about. But
Looks like there could be something up in Swanee. Check there, just in case. Because it looks like there could be something around there, but
nah, nothing in Swanee,
Okay, good.
really. And we're all good there.
all right.
And just mainly this hail. This hail core right here has been chugging along for a minute, and we're talking about the Chattahoochee River National Recreation Area. I mean, this is getting. I think this is a new updated warning here too for $50 size hail. Chugging along here, and as these storms start to sag south now, any Boeing section is going to have some high winds associated with it as well. And this is all getting into the Atlanta metro area where the Braves are playing right now. It'll be really soon before we start seeing lightning strikes out there at Truist Park. guess we getting new alerts. Yeah, that was a new severe thunderstorm warning that they issued a couple minutes ago for Cherokee, Fulton, Forsyth, Hall, and Gwinnett County. This is that new severe thunderstorm warning associated with this here. I mean, we're just seeing a lot of this this hail, a lot of this hail core here. I'll zoom back out and I'll show you the major threat areas here. So mainly, so we'll have, I'll circle this. This area here, you're about to get hailed on here in the next 30, 35 minutes, 40 minutes. So that's out near Paulding County and towards Dallas and Bremen. As well, just reading those new alerts trying to come through. Here, you're gonna see some stuff pop. This is moving now, starting to move south into you towards Lawrenceville, Snellville, Tucker, Sandy Springs, Athens, Watkinsville, Crawford. 30 to 45 minutes for places like Crawford and Maxley's, but Athens is about to be on top of us in about 10 to 15 minutes here. And then don't let your guard down out here on the east side of the state. We're basically covering, from west to east across the entirety of the state. You've got a severe thunderstorm warning on your doorstep. The only place northern Paulding County is escaping right now. As these storms start to sag south here. Zoom in on the storm coming into Athens here. I'm going to just do a quick scan here, make sure nothing's rotating. Everything's looking linear. And that's what we want. We want to keep things linear here. We want to try to keep things linear.
Yeah, winds starting to hit Athens.
What about Bogart Stadium, Winder?
Let me check the radar. Who's going up over there?
Bogart Stadium near Winder. Oh, I guess I can't get anything from GSP right now. I guess I gotta go back to KFFC. Sure. But I'm just checking over there. But Bogart Stadium in Winder. All right, I got you. You are in the severe thunderstorm warning. I will tell you that. You are about to have the severe thunderstorm warning this severe thunderstorm on your doorstep here in the next 3 to 8 minutes. I'll give you that time frame here. The next 3 to 8 minutes, you're going to have this storm plop on your doorstep there in Winder as these storms start to drive south here.
If you need to switch up, just let us know.
It may take a couple minutes to get down there. But yeah, you've got that severe thunderstorm warning coming down there, and these storms are starting to sag south down there towards Winder. You're in that severe thunderstorm warning. Again, that severe thunderstorm warning is let me switch back over here to regular full activity and I can show you here. But it's for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts there. So just be prepared to, if you're outside, be prepared to come inside really soon and right now. And then
right now. It's when the wind's starting to
be
pick
prepared
up.
to go inside because this is a severe thunderstorm warning. We don't want you outside. We don't want you outside in this. And so just don't try and be outside during this, especially with how much lightning and
Yeah, the
just take it
outflow is
seriously.
trying to knock people off their feet. It's starting to get pretty bad out there, so you might want to tell them about that.
Still got all this hail out here towards Milton. Here's still lots of hail in between Milton and Alpharetta here, going towards Roswell and Sugar Hill, Decula. Decula will be there soon. It's going to take a little bit longer because it's still trying to move west to east and not sagging as far south yet. But yeah, coming down hard in West Athens. It's about to come down. It's about to come down even harder here. Not seeing as much of a hail signature here as this creeps closer and closer to Athens, but we could see that fire back up as we move forward. Yeah, no hail in Nicholson, but lots of lightning. Yeah, we'll expect lots of lightning with this. Looks like you might have just escaped the hail there in Nicholson. Yep, just escaped it. Just went down to your south and west there in Nicholson. And you start to see those pinks. That's what we want to see. We want to see those pinks disappear as well. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning there for Oglethorpe and Madison counties there. So that is right here. So this new severe thunderstorm warning that's popped up for Colbert, Danielsville, that is for quarter-size hail. That storm moving at. Let me see if I can zoom out here. I need to use GSP, but it's not loading here.
Maybe try the storm relative velocity. See if you can.
Let me. Give me 1 second. Pop up that forecast map for a sec, and I'll take you through the rest of the day. I showed this to you earlier. If it wants to populate.
I've been trying to find a good one. It looks like
Here we go.
They're not loading in right. There it is.
But this one's, like I said earlier, this one's behind. But if you can move that forward for me, Mason.
Yeah, I'll do that.
But that one's behind. But it's going to eventually just extrapolate that, take it what's the time it's saying, and take that like it's 2 hours earlier. But again, what we're saying here is this is going to converge all into one line, and eventually start to become more of a wind threat here as we go forward in time.
It becomes more uniform on this around 11 p.m. and it looks pretty clustered up until then. So I feel like the wind threat's going to be after 11 is when we're going to start seeing that serious wind threat.
Yeah, just looking to see if just giving you an idea there of what is to come. And I just switched radars here, just trying to give you guys a different picture here, trying to look into these storms as we go in. But yeah, everything's still looking okay here. Let me see if I can count this up. But yeah, just we want you to treat these severe thunderstorm warnings seriously, and just make sure that you are on the inner floor of your house and not near any windows. We kind of want you to treat it like a tornado warning, but these are not tornadoes at all. They've got a lot of hail. They've been dropping hail with them. We're starting to see that lessen up here a little bit, but they can fire up and redo that and be able to reproduce that hail again and again here. This one's moving southeast at 25 miles an hour, according to the National Weather Service. That new one going towards, that is near Danielsville, Comer, Colbert, and Canton. Yeah, that's for hail size up to 1 inch in diameter. Yeah, but absolutely that down. I mean, we'll continue to watch that area down there. Not really seeing much in the way of again, the tornado threat is not our main concern here, but we do want to make sure that if we see anything rotating, we take care of it. But again, we're not seeing anything too twisty going on right now. That's just the National Weather Service issued another severe thunderstorm warning for essentially the entire Atlanta metro going on there. Yeah, trying to look more of a wind threat here, especially with this. You can see the outflow on this storm right here. That's just an area where gusty winds would be, and that's the radar actually picking up on bugs and dirt and any tiny debris that would be right there. And you can see gusting out ahead of that storm there. How about Athens, Georgia, east side? Well, let's talk about Athens, Georgia on the east side. East side, Athens, you are about to be under the storm. You're about to be under the gun in the next 5 to 10 minutes here. You're going to be under the gun. That severe thunderstorm warning does include you in East Athens, and you're about to be under the gun there. Again, that severe thunderstorm warning is for hail up to an inch and winds up to 60 miles an hour, which we could see become more of a threat as we head later into tonight, and as this all becomes more linear here, especially with this storm. Like I was just talking about, there's that severe thunderstorm warning that finally populated here. But there's that severe thunderstorm warning, especially with this one. We could see some wind start to ramp up as we see this gust front beginning to bow out here. Go ahead and try and see if I can look at some winds within it here. Ooh. Let's see. And again, these aren't going to be true surface winds here because we're looking a little bit off the ground here, the curvature of the earth. But we're going to take a gander here. Yeah, 60. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, some decent winds located within that one. Just going to try to scan, see if I see any rotation anywhere again. And once we get on the east side of the state, kind of have to use, because the radar we use outside of Peachtree City is so far away. Once we get to the east side of the state, have to use the radar in South Carolina to try to get good pictures for the east side of Georgia. Yeah, but again, there's Comer, Elberton. Elberton, you could be seeing some hail here coming into down there. And as we get towards the state line here, going into South Carolina, again, this is starting to jog south too. Less east and west and a little bit more south over the past 30 minutes to an hour. But we have seen that hail threat come down. Not seeing those big signatures that we were seeing earlier coming across Alpharetta, Milton, and over by Mountain Park, and across southern Cherokee where we had 2-inch hail reports. Now we can still see some hail reports right here north and east of Buchanan, but not seeing anywhere else where we would see some major hail, just strong winds. But it's all starting to fill in here really well. Yeah, a lot of wind and lightning in Bogart. I would expect a lot of wind and lightning to be happening there in Bogart, and you haven't even gotten into the actual storm yet either. Still got a long way to go. All right, but I'll draw some all clear here. Basically, all right. So if you live in North Georgia and you are above this line, if you're in Rome, Adairsville, Calhoun, Canton, Gainesville, all clear. You can enjoy the rest of your night. The storms have passed. It is over. Toccoa, Baldwin. If you are in those areas, the storms have passed. Your severe threat has diminished, and it is over. As these storms will continue to push south here now. But especially, most of these storms have switched over to a more of a wind threat rather than a hail threat here. Especially this one in Bremen, going towards Bremen, and to the south and east here. That'll eventually go towards Douglasville here. Moving south and east at 50 miles an hour. See if I can track that out for you. South and east at 50 miles an hour. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Temple, 845. Ithaca, 852. Sandhill, 853. Fairfield Plantation at 855. Fairplay, 9. McWhorter, 901. Hannah, 901. Byers Crossroads, 905. Rivertown, 907. Roscoe, 909. McCullough, 917. Fairburn, 919. Union City, 919. Major, 919. So just all of those areas, just be prepared, and even all those areas even within the warning here as well, going towards Douglasville. If you're in Douglas County, you're about to get some potentially some decent sized hail and some pretty strong winds. Yeah, but again, these storms haven't packed as much of a punch as they did earlier as well. Not seeing as many good-looking hail cores for sure. The only really good-looking hail core right now is this one right here. So I'll focus on this one that's about to be moving into Villa Rica. Big debate on that one, but. As it moves there and into Douglasville, just south of Dallas. Dallas, you're just going to miss out on any hail here. And again, here's this gust front. So it's going to be really gusty right along this line, especially as this starts to lead down and try to get into the western Atlanta metro area here. But it is definitely coming down now here in Athens. Lightning, wind, rain. We're seeing all of that. Getting a little rain there in Bogart. It's about to get to you. It's about to get to you there in Bogart. It's here in Athens, but it's about to move through. I want you to take these severe thunderstorm warnings seriously, and if you're in that box, definitely take it seriously as well. And they're just talking about that outflow and the strong winds associated with it going into Villarica and Bremen. But yeah, absolutely. You're gonna get more than a little rain there in Bogart here in a little bit.
All right, so where's the band for Hannah? All right, so there's this.
And then once you go, between Milton and Alpharetta, you're just about done there. Sugar Hill, Athens. At Athens, you're getting pummeled right now. Going over to Colbert and Comer and Carlton here. I'm just checking. See, probably. I mean, we're turning linear here. I'm just keeping my P's and Q's all orderly.
Have you seen that remote for Hannah?
But I think everything looks pretty linear.
All right, here you go. He has the mic in. There's also this one.
But yeah, the main threat over the next 30 minutes, I would say, is this storm going into Villarica, Douglasville, and eventually towards South Fulton here. I think they're just updating that severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, so they're starting to let a couple severe thunderstorm warnings go here. Expired the one for Athens. Let's see here. Special weather statement. But let me see. This expires. That's on the other side of the same line. This one will expire in 60 minutes. That has been allowed to, Clint. That has now been allowed to expire. That severe thunderstorm warning has not been extended.
Good evening, Athens, Georgia. My name is student meteorologist Hannah Medler, and I'll be taking over your severe storm coverage as this thunderstorm rolls through Athens. Malik, do you want to get me up into here?
All right, the lights are on.
Athens, as this severe storm rolls through, we want you to keep in mind that this is an extremely severe event, and you should take it with the utmost precaution. We would advise you to remain indoors and to avoid being on the roads right now as these bands come through. It is very important for you to keep in mind that the National Weather Service has issued a level 2 out of 5 warning, so that is a marginal risk for Athens, or marginal for us. We are a 1 out of 5 and 2 out of 5 for the remainder of North Georgia. So please keep that in mind, that this is a very serious event, and we want you to take this with the utmost precaution. Athens, as this storm makes its way through, we want you to stay indoors and stay off the roads. While there's not a potential for flash flooding, there is a super high potential for golf ball size hail, excuse me. This golf ball size hail, it can really put a damper in your windshield, so we advise you to stay off the roads as this storm begins rolling through. Damaging wind gusts of up to 60 to 70 miles per hour are expected in the North Georgia and Athens area. So at this time, we would advise you to go inside as these bands make their way across North Georgia and across Athens. Malik, I can't see myself.
I got you. Any better?
I can see the I can see the cells, but I can't see myself.
I think it's the arms thing. Last you had to close out of it and open it again.
Okay, that's fine. We can keep rolling. Malik, do you want to zoom in on Athens a little bit? Or Mason on that
Yeah, I got
WSI? Perfect, thank you.
I got
So yes, this
Okay.
is great. And so as of right now, we can see the bands making their way over Athens. So we want to this red, we are in the thick of it right now. This is where we are going to see the most damaging wind gusts. This is when we will see the peak in those wind gusts and the potential for hail. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning. While it has expired for Athens, we are still under a watch, and we will continue to be under that watch until 12 p.m. this evening. So keep in mind that these thunderstorms, they move through extremely fast. This event only lasted for a 20, 30 or so minutes, but we are still under that watch, and we will be under that watch for the remainder of the evening. So keep in mind that if you go on the roads, that you may need to stay clear of certain areas. Watch out for golf ball sized hail as well. Taking a look at Athens right now. Malik, can we
What you need?
run this through live, Mason?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Perfect. I don't have the clicker.
Yes. Okay, see you.
Current rainfall totals. Check out, we'll see what's going on in Athens in terms of rainfall totals, because this rain is coming down really, really, really heavy. So if you are on the roads, this does have the potential to blind you. So perfect, Mason. This is exactly what I want. So as we can see, those bands making their way across North Georgia. They just swept through Gainesville, moving in over Athens right now, and the greater Athens, Oconee County. We can see there's also some pretty red cells popping up just north of Athens and south as well. These thunderstorms, they're pop-up thunderstorms. They move super, super fast, and they sweep through the area. So it's very, very important for you to keep in mind that these are fast-moving thunderstorms. The potential for wind and hail are extremely high with this. And while Athens might not be under a warning right now, we are still under a watch. So you should keep that in mind as your evening persists. So we're taking a look at these bands right now as they're making their way through Athens. The Atlanta metro area is also about to be hit by heavy, 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 heavy rain. We see that red band making its way over right now. So we're taking it, thank you. You can zoom in on, yeah, see Alpharetta storms blowing up there as well. Moving in across North Georgia, all of North Georgia right now, we can see these heavy, heavy red bands, and those heavy red dense bands that we're seeing, that is where your worst severe weather is going to occur. So keep in mind that you should be seeing winds 60, 70 miles per hour gusts. Those are not sustained winds. So keep that in mind. Please, if you are on the roads, we would advise you to go inside or just avoid driving for the rest of the evening, because while there's no extreme risk for tornadoes, we might have a spin up or two as directed by the National Weather Service. But our main concern with this event still remains that we're having these straight line winds in association with these bands, because it's not necessarily a big clump that we're seeing of these storms. We're seeing bands of these storms coming through, and they will continue to come through for the rest of the evening. So the Atlanta metro area, they are about to get swamped right now. So if you live in the Atlanta metro area, keep in mind, winds are about to pick up, rain is about to come down, and you could see that golf ball sized hail. That is the biggest threat with this storm. So we can see that these storms are blowing up over North Georgia right now and making their way across. So keep that in mind. We'll go check in on what's going on in Athens right now. Mason.
Got it. Here we are.
In Athens right now, the biggest band has made its way through, but we want you to keep in mind that while the warning has expired, we are still under a watch. We will be under a watch for the rest of the evening. So all these major highways I can imagine right now are experiencing a lot of rain and the potential of hail as well. Malik, do we have hail reports coming in yet?
Yeah, there were, not here, but there were plenty out across Metro Atlanta and out towards the Douglasville area, especially like an hour, 2 hours ago. Not any
Okay.
associated with this particular one yet, There was somebody who did report hail up in Isla, but that storm is now towards Crawford. That's not these same exact storm that came through Athens.
It looks like the
Okay.
biggest hail threat right now is near Douglasville. If you
Okay,
want to talk
so why don't
about
we go zoom into Douglasville and take a look
I
on.
confirmed that there was absolutely
Take-
hail in Isla.
So we had some hail in Douglasville and
Here.
Isla, so we are seeing the
Right here.
potential for this storm. So yeah, this super dark band that we're seeing move towards the Atlanta area right now. We had some hail in the metro Atlanta area, and we are seeing the potential for even more moving in right now. So keep that in mind as the storm draws in closer. Changing out.
Yep. Here we go.
Who's doing what?
I'm currently on the. Do you want to do ops, Jimmy? I assume.
Cool. Gabe and Will,
Yes.
go ahead. So taking a look at our storm as a whole right now, we see that bands right now are making their way across North Georgia. North Georgia, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. Areas, you've probably seen the notifications pop up on your phone. We want you to take this seriously. The National Weather Service has issued that in accordance with these severe thunderstorm warnings, we are seeing the potential for straight line winds. So that's wind gusts of up to 60 to 70 miles per hour. And we are also seeing the chance for hail as well. We've had some reports of hail already, but we want you to keep in mind that as the storm makes its way over Atlanta, over Athens, we have the chance once again of hail coming to us. We haven't seen hail quite yet in Athens, but the potential remains there, and it will remain there for the rest of the evening. So we'll take a look at, let's zoom into just northeast of Atlanta right now, where we're seeing the darkest bits of reflectivity.
So right around here.
Yeah, so what we're looking at right now is just the composite reflectivity over Atlanta. So we're seeing those storms move in across North Georgia. So if you're on 75, 20, 575, any of those major roadways northeast of Atlanta, there's a good chance that you are experiencing some heavy, heavy rain. So if you are able to pull over, hunker down, have a plan. The time for a plan has passed, but please be safe on the roads. This is a very severe threat. We have the potential for wind gusts of up to 60, 70 miles per hour as dictated by the National Weather Service. So as these bands make their way across North Georgia, across Atlanta, once again, if you are in Douglasville, Dallas, Acworth, Canton, Roswell, keep in mind that your threat has not passed. You are still under those watches, under those warnings as issued by the National Weather Service. So keep in mind that the potential has not quite passed. The danger is not over yet. You need to be very, very careful as these bits of convection move through. So as you can see, we have just north of Atlanta, Roswell just had a pretty big cell move through, now moving out, but these storms are pretty scattered. And this is normally what we find with these events. It's not just one general storm, it's pop-up thunderstorms. And with those, we see kind of like this bowing motion with a lot of the storms, and that's because the winds are pushing against clouds so fast that they are just sweeping through areas. So these are very fast-moving storms. And we want you to keep that in mind, because while you might look outside and you probably woke up to a pretty sunny day like I did here in Athens, that's not the case. These storms move fast and they will move in very quickly because of those straight line winds that are pushing in all of that convection and causing the rain as well as the hail. So we haven't seen any hail in Athens. We'll circle back, go check on Athens.
Yep, I got that.
Thank you, Mason.
All right, we have a severe thunderstorm warning just east of Athens. You want to talk about that?
Sure. And what place has this warning been issued?
It's been issued for Danielsville, Commerce, Carlton, Alberton, and it ends at Calhoun Falls.
Sure. So what's the timing on that?
It's looking like, let me see, it expires in 47 minutes.
So as of So, as Mason has just informed me, east of Athens. So, if you were east or Athens, in once again, Mason, Conyers.
So you have Danielsville, Calmer, Carlton, Alberton, and Calhoun Falls.
All of those towns that were just listed, you were just issued a severe thunderstorm warning by the National Weather Service. This is your time to hunker down. This is when the storms are at their peak. Mason, can we zoom in on those areas on the map, please?
The place near Commerce and Carlton just dropped, but more severe thunderstorm warnings are popping up in that general area.
Sure. So let's zoom in on where those severe thunderstorm warnings are currently popping up.
Right, so it's right around here is where we're seeing the severe weather warning.
Okay, perfect. If you see any reports of hail coming through, please let me know. So let's take a look. Comer, Enterprise, Calhoun Falls, Alberton, Royston, Iva. You're just northeast of Athens. You are under a severe thunderstorm warning right now. So this is the time to go inside. Don't be on the roads. If you are on the roads, please pull over or find a safe place. You are under the risk of hail as well as straight line winds. So when I say straight line winds, what I mean is those wind gusts of up to 60 to 70 miles per hour. That's wind gusts. So if you are on the roads, keep that in mind. If you are on 29, you're probably experiencing a lot of rain or just experienced a lot of rain. So we're hoping everybody's doing okay over now. And let's take a look at where these storms are headed to next, Mason.
Yeah, you also might want to talk about west of Atlanta. It's looking like it's starting to get really bad down
Sure,
there.
let's take a look at what's going on west of Atlanta.
We have in Douglasville, it's a severe thunderstorm warning. There is high reflectivity and there is a possibility of hail.
Possibility of hail. All right, so let's zoom in there just west of Atlanta.
Yep, got it. There you go. Right over here.
Thank you. Gabe and Will,
Yeah.
can you guys go on socials and look for any reports on Twitter of any hail, or if you can find anything live?
There was, I tell you, I saw hail in Iowa. So that's old.
And that's west of Atlanta?
That's up in north of here.
Just north of Athens. Okay, so let's try to focus in on what's going on right now
All right.
west of Atlanta. And Gabe,
Yes.
if you want to as well join in on the computer, you are more than welcome to. Got it? Thank you. So let's take a look at what's going on right now. Just west of Atlanta, we are seeing severe thunderstorm warnings pop up. So a watch is different than a warning. Watch is immediate. You are currently under the threat of a severe thunderstorm. In association with these severe thunderstorms, we are seeing the threat of straight line winds and hail. We're seeing some hail has popped up just north of Atlanta as well as in Douglasville. We're seeing this massive band of reflectivity making its way over Douglasville right now, and it will persist, and it's headed right for the center of Atlanta. So if you live in the Atlanta metro area, keep in mind that right now you are most likely under a severe thunderstorm warning. So now is the time to take cover. The time to act is over. You need to make sure that you are in a safe spot. The National Weather Service has issued a level 2 out of 5 threat for a majority of North Georgia, as well as Central Georgia as well, though we have some level 1 out of 5 risks as well. These risks, while they are low, are to be taken seriously because in accordance with these risks, we are seeing damaging straight line winds. So as you can see, if you are on 20 right now, if you were on Highway 78, you are experiencing heavy downfall. So be careful as you're making your way back from work. You might experience rain, straight line winds, and hail, and it will come in fast. So let's see where these storms are moving to next, as they're moving into probably just south of Atlanta, around Fairplay. I'm seeing is probably going to be the next area that's going to be hit by these severe thunderstorms. We're also seeing Fairborn, which is south of Atlanta, also in that line of the severe thunderstorm. So this cell right here is what we're tracking because this is where we're seeing the most amount of reflectivity. Gabe? Also.
The current warning for Douglasville, they're saying 1.25 inch or $half size hail.
Okay, so in Douglasville right now, let's zoom in on that.
Yeah. There you go.
That's a
Also-
significant hail for there.
Yeah, it's about a quarter inch, an inch of quarter size hail, and winds 60 miles per hour.
Winds are currently gusting to 60 miles per hour over in Douglasville. We're seeing hail at about an inch and a quarter.
It's
Inch and a quarter?
Inch and a quarter is in
Half
here.
dollar size.
Jacksonville, that's the one moving into Georgia right now.
Okay.
The one in Douglasville is radar indicated quarter sized hail
Okay.
and 60 mile per hour winds.
So as of right now, we are seeing quarter size to 1 inch hail moving in across North Georgia right now. So you should be taking these threats very, very seriously. If you are seeing those severe thunderstorm watches popping up on your phone, or thunderstorm warnings, excuse me, thunderstorm warnings means the time to act is upon you. You need to be in a safe spot. Gusts in Douglasville were just up to 60 miles per hour. So if you are in Atlanta, if you are west of the Atlanta metro area, you need to be in a safe spot right now.
Yeah, so we can
Also,
definitely say that there was hail there.
Team,
We can definitely say that. Yeah.
if anybody would like to try their hand at coverage.
My radar scope is showing a gnarly hail core.
Yeah, there's definitely a hail spike.
Okay, let's zoom in on that hail spike and
Yeah, so where's that at?
That is right near, that is just south of Douglasville, Chapel Hill, just west of South Fulton.
South Fulton. All right, so right around here.
Yeah, right in that area. So can you pause it? Like, look at that.
yep.
Yeah, I can pause
So
it.
we're focusing in on Douglasville right now, where we are getting some of the worst damage reports coming out of. We are seeing hail in Douglasville the size of a quarter to almost an inch. So that's a decent sized bit of hail, and that can do some damage. If you are on the roads, if you are on this roadway 20, if you are on Highway 5, 78, 92, coming down to 166, you should keep in mind that hail is coming your way. The potential is upon us. You should probably take cover, make your way off of the roadways into a safe spot. Mason, you got an update for me?
Yeah, so you might want to talk about the outflow boundary, just to the west of Douglasville. You can actually see it here on the radar.
Ah, perfect. Let's talk about that. So this outflow boundary is in association with it's not the thunderstorm, but it is a damaging bit of straight line winds that are making their way across. So while it's not where the heaviest rain could be, we see this outflow boundary as in association with those strong and fast winds. So if you are around Carrollton, your winds probably just picked up a lot. And following right behind those winds are those severe thunderstorms. So winds will be picking up even more. But if you were down just south of Carrollton, your winds are picking up and your storm is coming. That's the direction that we're seeing the trend of the storm is taking right now. And so let's zoom back in on that deep purple reflectivity that we are seeing and see where that is right now. So over Fairplay, Villarica, Douglasville, heading towards Fairburn, Whitesburg. Those are our next areas to watch. If you live just east of the just west, of the Atlanta metro area, you should be keeping in mind that this is your next area where we could start to see those straight line winds really start to pick up, as well as that hail. So just crossing over Highway 78, this cell is making its way down towards 85. If you are on 85 by Fairburn, by Whitesburg, this is when you will start to see some extremely, extremely fast winds starting to pick up within the next few minutes. And no, not hours, minutes. This storm is a very fast moving storm as dictated by the National Weather Service. We are seeing this cell has just made its way through Douglasville, where it just dropped 3/4 of an inch to an inch sized hail on Douglasville. So the products that we need to make up hail, we are seeing them. The hail is here, so that can be really, really dangerous as you are on the roadway. So if you are on 85 just south of Atlanta, you should probably hop off the roadway. Keep in mind that you have this massive cell coming your way. Let's go check on Athens, guys. See how we're doing.
All right.
So Athens had a severe thunderstorm warning issued for us at 8:02. It expired at 8:45. However, the winds are still there. They're still picking up. Come on in. We can see over in Athens right now that we have this We have the chance for straight line winds is not past us. We still have the chance for hail as well. The severe thunderstorm watch that was issued by the National Weather Service will persist until 12 p.m. this evening. So,
You might want to mention the lightning. The lightning has been crazy.
okay, lightning. All right. So you've probably been seeing a lot of lightning with this storm. That is very common with these severe pop-up thunderstorms. The lightning is also a really real threat, especially if we have lightning that touches down. So keep that in mind as well. We've been seeing a lot of lightning out in Athens right now, and we will probably see that persist for the rest of the evening, and as well as this to be expected in all of the surrounding Athens, Oconee area. So it's not just central to the city of Athens. The entire county is feeling the effects of this cell that just moved over us. We're seeing these winds super fast, 60 miles, 70 mile per hour gusts. Maybe not quite in Athens yet, but the potential is still there. But it is super gusty out there in Athens right now. The rain is coming down and the lightning is flashing. So if you live in Athens right now, try to stay clear of the roadway for just a little bit longer. That warning may have expired, but remember, we are still under a watch. And that watch means that that potential for a warning could still be upon us at any moment. And we're seeing these pop-up thunderstorms popping up across North Georgia. So you want to zoom out and we'll check out and see where this is going. All right, so where are we next seeing the next bit of convection pop up? Let's focus in on just south of Athens where the storm is going.
Yeah.
So if you are just south of Athens, we just had this major cell blow through us right now. We were just under a severe thunderstorm warning. We saw severe lightning, really fast wind gusts, as well as a lot of rain. So if you were just east of Athens, we'll zoom in a little bit more. If you are in Elder, Washington, Greensboro, anything along 20, anything along 441, 278, also on 78 going towards Washington, the cells are making their way towards you right now. So this is your time where you should probably get off the roadways, get inside. The potential for some severe weather is on its way to you. So now's your time to act, to take cover. We're watching this event here live from Athens, and we can tell you we just had a major storm blow through us. Wind gusts picking up and expected to be picking up towards Enterprise, making its way towards Washington as well. Any damage reports?
Where's that?
Oh,
yeah,
the airport for Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, damage for considerable.
Yeah,
Damage
there's a new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued. It's south of,
Near Douglasville.
it's south and west of Atlanta.
Let's check out that cell that's just west of Atlanta right now that we're getting. More reports are coming out of the cell that just passed through Douglasville. We are seeing golf ball sized hail. We went from 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch to golf ball sized hail. That has the potential to do a lot of damage. So just south of Douglasville, let's zoom in on that cell that just went through, Mason.
What was that?
Zoom in on that cell that just went through Douglasville where we're seeing those deepest bits, those purple bits of reflectivity. So Union City, you're up next. This storm is making its way towards you right now. So along 85, if you're on 85 just south of the Atlanta metro area, we are seeing that big cell making its way towards you right now. In association with that cell, the impact will be severe straight line winds, lightning, a lot of lightning flashing going on out there, as well as a lot of rain and the potential for hail. Now this cell specifically was just over Douglasville where it dropped. Golf ball size hail, just confirmed by the National Weather Service. Golf ball size hail just in Douglasville. This has the potential to do a lot of damage. So we are tracking this cell as it moves across the state right now. We are seeing it's making its way towards 85 just south of Atlanta. So Union City, Fayetteville, you're up next right after Union City. This cell, it's making its way towards you right now. The National Weather Service has just reported golf ball sized hail just southwest of the Atlanta metro area. So just moving through Fairplay, we're seeing this major cell of deep convection making its way towards Union City, towards 85 south of Atlanta When this cell passes over you, it's going to be dangerous. This is a severe thunderstorm. We are under a severe thunderstorm warning just south of the Atlanta metro area. If you live here, please keep in mind, please stay indoors. We have the potential for hail in this area right now. Hail that's damaging, not small hail, golf ball sized hail. We're also seeing winds picking up in this area just ahead of the cell. We are seeing the cell moving very, very fast. And one of the things that's important to keep in mind with these severe thunderstorms is that they move fast. So I'm sure you woke up today like me and you had a sunny day, and now you might be pretty confused as to what's going on. Please know that this is a severe thunderstorm. These storms move fast. We are seeing 60 to 70 mile per hour gusts just reported in Douglasville with this exact same cell that's making its way towards Union City right now, just south of the Atlanta metro area. So keep in mind that this cell, it's making its way towards you, towards 85. So please prepare accordingly. Now let's go check back in on Athens, Basin.
What was that?
Check back in on Athens, please.
I just looked outside, we got some rain, but the winds are pretty
Okay.
calmed out.
So
Not
we'll
calming, but they're-
provide an
We're
update.
calming down.
They're not as crazy as they
Okay,
are.
we'll provide an update. So Athens, so our severe thunderstorm warning has expired. However, we are still seeing some wind and rain out there. So roads should be safe to travel in soon. However, we are still under a severe thunderstorm watch. Now, watch, different than warning. This watch will persist until 12 p.m. this evening. So we'll have the chance of severe thunderstorm popping up in Athens. We'll see a warning issued if they do. So we just had, moving through Athens, that severe thunderstorm, and it's making its way now towards Crawford, towards Elder, just south of the Athens, Clark County. So let's zoom out a little bit and see where this cell that just passed through Athens is going. So we're seeing this band of convection right now making its way across North Georgia, moving into central Georgia. So you can see now that it's pretty yellow, the convection up in North Georgia. The main threat, where we're going to see the next impact from this severe thunderstorm, is across central Georgia right now. So across central Georgia, we are seeing the impact of the severe thunderstorm. We just had reports coming from golf ball sized hail out of Douglasville, Georgia, which is just east of the Atlanta metro area, with that same cell now moving south of the Atlanta metro area. So if you are on 85, 675, Highway 20, so all of those major highways in central Georgia, keep an eye on your phone right now. You could have the potential for severe weather heading your way. So please prepare accordingly while these bands are making their way out of North Georgia into central Georgia right now. Any more reports coming up, guys?
No reports yet.
No, our next up is gonna be, we got like Fairburn, Palmetto, Tyrone.
Okay.
Southfield right now is,
The hail is considerable.
is substantial.
Okay, so the hail is considerable with this storm. So I want you to keep in mind that this is a severe thunderstorm. This is a storm. This has impacts like this. This was so in Palmetto right now. So just east of Douglasville and in Palmetto, heading towards Peachtree City right now. Peachtree City, you're up next. You're going to see this massive cell moving over you right now. Would anybody like a turn?
I don't have anything to wear.
Sam,
All right.
I wish I had stuff and I could do it, but I don't have anything.
Okay. That's fine.
Bring it back.
All right. I'll keep going. So as we can see, this cell that just moved through Douglasville, making its way south of Atlanta right now. In association with this cell, we've been seeing a lot of hail. I mean, currently over Palmetto right now, we are seeing hail dump down onto the ground, as well as rain and these straight line winds as well. We're seeing gusts. We just had reports of gusts of up to 60 miles per hour in Douglasville. We see this from this same cell, the same cell that's making its way that's in Palmetto right now, making its way across 85 just south of Atlanta towards Peachtree City. This cell of convection, it's going to have a lot of major impacts, a lot of severe impacts to south of Atlanta. So if you're in south of Atlanta right now, you have a severe thunderstorm headed your way. You have the potential for hail, as well as severe straight line winds of gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour. So once again, if you're south of the Atlanta metro area, towards 85, Palmetto, Peachtree City. Can we zoom in a little bit more towards Peachtree City? So this cell might become a little bit difficult to track from our radar in Peachtree City. You can kind of see that we're at a little bit of a fuzzy bit around Peachtree City. That's because that's where the radar that we are currently using is located. So the cell might become, we might lose it for a little bit as it passes over 85 towards Peachtree City, but we will keep you updated because this is a very severe thunderstorm making its way across south of the Atlanta metro area right now. So let's zoom up just a little bit towards East Point, which is about to be hit by a really heavy bit of reflectivity. So if you are in East Point, just south of Atlanta, Highway 75 as well, we are seeing a really big deep of a really red spot of convection making its way over towards you right now. So keep in mind that this cell will be making its way south of the Atlanta metro area. If you're watching from us here in Athens, which is where we're currently based right now, our biggest threat has passed. However, this potential for a severe storm watch will be around until 12 p.m. this evening. So want you to keep in mind, keep an eye on your phone, and we will be keeping you here posted at the WeatherDawgs. Thank you so much.
Are you switching out with something? We're all? Okay.
Okay, Mason can go.
Mason's checking. You can see if there's anything that.
He hightailed it out of here.
Do what? So tell me what happened.
I don't know because I literally came in here. I took them.
Do what?
We're off? Okay.
We're 100% off.
We're like 100% off.
I'm not gonna check, but we should be off. There's one teaching.
We are not.
We're still live.
Was. I think we are. Or
We should be off.
live.
Wait, no, I'm good. Good.
Okay, now we're on.
In stream.
Okay, there's a lot.
In stream. And Facebook or.
We should be all, are we?